to church and Lil Uzi Vert merch. Bad bitch, make that pussy go squirt, squirt. Zooming in the coupe, drop top, going skirt, skirt. Wanna get adopted by Rihanna like work, work.
Alright, I'm ready. What about you? You guys have heard it here, folks. Retro's alive.
Yeah, I am. For some reason, it's putting me in phone mode, which is not convenient.
I'm gonna leave this part in because it's just us talking and me eating.
Sounds like most of Keemstar's Storyfire videos. And speaking of Storyfire, that's actually getting shut down.
Why is that?
Oh, because they just couldn't compete with YouTube. And it was a good run.
Oh, so apparently, according to what I've heard, there's a new YouTube that does not censor people.
Let's go.
I saw it on the news, and I don't know what it's a part. But like, you can say anything you want on it, and they will not do anything about it.
So it's pretty much just alt tech?
Yeah. Like, they don't do anything. They don't censor it. Like, well, unless you're talking about terrorism, then they're probably gonna censor it, or something against the law. Then they'll censor it. Otherwise, I think you're kind of fine.
Alright, I think it's gonna let me in. Being in offline mode. Shit, I can't actually say what I was gonna say because it has to do with what we're gonna talk about in the video. So let me just hold off on that. Let me load in real quick and then full screen this. Gotta make sure all my audio settings on Streamlabs are working, so I'm not like.
Bro, I'm getting spammed in this. I got like 10 messages in 1 second. You're in the server that I was getting spammed in with the group chat.
Let me just have Discord open on my phone so I can see my messages. I'm loading into stream mode real quick, and then I'll start my recording.
Bro. Alright, so I'm gonna start off mine. So right now I'm with Retro, and we're gonna be talking about how GTA 5 and the classic Black Ops 2 has officially started to crack down on cheaters in the past. Black Ops 2 started cracking down in 2020, if I'm right, and then
Yeah, like, I want to say like mid 2020 is when most of the most popular form of getting cheats, which is through the replaying glitches and shit, whatever it was, it got taken down for like a few months, and then it got somehow fixed. So
yeah,
kind of lost cause.
yeah, so that was 2020, mid 2020. I remember that, and I was surprised because it was on YouTube too in my recommended. We aren't full fact checking. It's possible you still can get cheats on Black Ops 2. That's 100% possible. If they haven't enforced an anti-cheat yet, which I'm not sure about. I don't play it anymore. Now on to the topic of Grand Theft Auto. So, or GTA, whatever you want to call it. They've cracked down pretty hard. I think,
Before we get into the topic of GTA, let me set my shit up real quick.
Alright, yeah. Because we're gonna start off with GTA 5 first.
Alright, did it? Shit. Oh, I have to click X. Bro. Let me. Or shit, do I?
For the first 5 minutes of this video, you guys are gonna listen to me eat. Alright, I gotta stop eating because that bag is getting loud.
It is recording. Alright, so back out of this. Alright, let's restart this.
I'm keeping what I got. Just you can go ahead and rain deck them if you want to.
Alright. So we're just gonna start from here then?
Alright, so just a quick rain check. Black Ops 2 and GTA 5. Cracking down on mod menus.
Yeah, wait, shit, I just screwed some of my setting. I have to log back in.
It's fine. We're just gonna start here while you load back in. Alright, so you're taking ages anyways.
Yeah.
So what I noticed is recently, and I've done my research on this too, just looking over YouTube. So I watch a YouTuber who had posted about Luna, and it had gotten strikes. 2 of his videos by 2Take or Take-Two, I'm not sure.
Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah, Take-Two Interactive. So they were striked by that, and this was back in June of 2020. So it is now relevant that GTA 5, with the upcoming, I'm pretty sure they're remastering GTA 5 for PS5, if I'm in...
Yeah, for the new gen consoles.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a newer version. I don't think they're doing too much, considering they've kind of just pulled a Bethesda with Skyrim and kind of just resold us the same thing for like 7-8 years now.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised about that, but I got news from Retro at 11 this morning that Luna has officially been seized by 2Take. So
Take-Two, you mean?
oh god, they have to make the most retarded things. Take-Two Interactive. We're just gonna call it the father of GTA. So I took the time to attempt to load up Luna and research what had happened, and this is not an exit scam like we've seen before with mod menus, where they make a lot of easy cash off of selling a mod menu just to cancel the mod menu after about, god, maybe like 3 or 4 months. So
It's like a whole ass thing with like a fucking cease and desist and all that crazy shit.
yeah, so yeah, so I mean, where did you find this out?
Well, I was just I woke up, I checked my YouTube notification feed, and I get this video recommended to me called "The End of Luna." I'm like, oh jeez, after the Luna doxing, and now this is what's going on now. So then I check it, and then I find out, oh shit, there goes my $30. It's kind of just like that's just wild. That how Luna gets fucking just shit on back to back. That's kind of
Yeah, and I was actually disappointed in this too. I know it's only $30, it's not a lot. If any of you guys own Luna, don't go recharging. Mainly because, one, the way mod menus are sold, they're sold through resellers, and these resellers are not provided keys for free. They spend thousands of dollars on these keys, and currently people have lost $10,000 in keys due to Luna shutting down. That's enough to buy a... Jesus, that can get you a lot of stuff. 10K. And that's gone in an hour.
Literally all it took was Take-Two to just screw everyone over. And the main reason, okay, I know that this may come off as a little bit controversial, but I honestly think this is the truth. The reason why Mod Menu, the reason why Take-Two, mainly, not really Rockstar, but mainly Take-Two, the main reason why they don't like it is kind of because it screws over shark card purchases. When you buy a Mod Menu, that's like a one-time use shark card. You get it and you never have to get money ever again. You like take Kidians or Luna for example, where you can rig the slots and get a bunch of chips. You're just doing that. You're getting a bunch of money, and you never have to buy a shark card from Rockstar ever again. And that's mainly why, because it's killing their sales. They only care about the money, and that's why they're shutting this down. Now, granted, the invincibility, the cheats, they're making it worse for like every other player in the game. That probably is like another major factor, but most of it, I would assume, is the fact that they're losing money, and because of how much they've been repanning us the same game year after year, you can tell that they like money. So any chance to get more of it, they're not going to pass that up.
So, in defense of invincibility, I also had hopped on yesterday before Luna had officially been taken down, and I was messing around with Luna. I had hopped into an online session just to, like, literally just cruise around and hang out with people. I'm not going to say anything else about what I did, mainly because I know how Take-Two is, or the father of GTA is. And I know that they are willing to find people that have potentially sold menus and crack down on them.
Especially considering the use of it. Because, take for example, this small GTA modding YouTube channel called Keister, he got all his shit wiped for using Kidians in a video. They don't take friendly to that.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say anything about my user because I don't want to lose my stuff. What I will say is that I was messing around without invincibility, no mods on, and I had gotten scuffed by 3 cheaters and just 3 normal trolls. Yeah, I get it, it's a troll, but you know, I'm cruising around doing nothing and I'm getting nuked by like 8 Mark IIs, and then I'm having modders spawn like 80,000 vehicles onto me. Okay, I do lobbies a favor and kick the other modders that are griefing out of the servers and crash them, because I like to help the players that are being griefed instead of griefing them. So I feel as though the reason this is getting taken down is, one, because of sales profits, and how they probably have dropped recently with how the Impulse and Luna came out, but also the griefing. I think they're losing players due to modders that are modding to mess with players and waste their time, because you know, you could be prepping for a heist or something and you have all your gear, and I don't know why you do this in an online session. You should probably do this in an invite only, and a modder comes along and just decides to blow up all your stuff and then kick you from the lobby or crash you. You just lost all that, and that's money down the drain, because I know heist prep actually costs, if I'm right.
Yeah, it costs whoever sets it up.
Yeah, so one, they're ruining, you know, heists and stuff, which is somewhat enjoyable if you don't have mods, and it's the easiest way to make money. But two, they're just being common douchebags about it. Like, I've seen people getting doxxed in chats before. Like, I've seen people's addresses and their personal information get spit out. I kicked the cheaters from the lobby. It's just, I feel as though the reason it's getting taken down, and it is taken down now, the day this was getting is because of the fact that they're losing cells and players due to the bad modders. And I think that we modders get stereotyped with being douchebags very frequently instead of seeing the good side. And am I correct with that, Retro?
That is very true, because there are a lot of modders that are willing to help out the community and just get rid of a bunch of griefers. Like, say you're selling your bunker, been all day, you've got your full supplies, all that good stuff. You go to sell it, and some asshole just get an invincible Mark II with infinite rockets, just comes along, blows you up, orbital cannons you. It's really annoying. And some of these modders are willing to fix that. They're willing to pay, do money drops on you to get back the money you lost from the sale. They're willing to kick or crash the guy who was screwed with you, all that stuff. There are good people in the modding community, but Rockstar and mainly Take-Two they're kind of just not with that. And they get stereotyped as, oh, they're all bad, they're all griefing, all that.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. And I also think it's just there's the good apples and there's the rotten apples. In fact, I can relate to that. The guy who wants to money drop you because somebody screwed your cell over by freaking nuking you with a Mark II. And in fact, I've had a guy who's been griefed by modders before. I followed him around because he was doing a cell. And the modder who was griefing him kicked him from the lobby. He managed to rejoin, kicked him again, and I escorted the guy for the... God, I don't know how long it took, but it was maybe 10-15 minutes it took him to complete the mission just to help him complete it, because I know and I've seen what it's like when people are trying to get missions and then it's just cash down the drain. And we've had this happen before where me and Retro, before we eventually had became the good side of the modding community, before we even had mods, we were doing a motorcycle job and we had to sell them, I'm pretty sure, and we got griefed by modders, and we were kind of pissed because, you know, we have to ride all the way across the map just to die and lose the motorcycle. And then
that's really infuriating.
Especially
just come along and do that with mods.
Yeah, when they aren't doing anything except sitting in their basement probably, on their Apple II computer with their floppy disk emulator and stuff. So it's just there's so much good in the good modding side of communities. There's people willing to help, people getting griefed. For instance, yesterday also, before I had originally joined that modded lobby, I was just messing around in an invite-only session. Just messing around with some friends, with cops. I actually made some really nice cars, just messing around. And then I hop in that online-only session, it's not invite-only, it's just online lobby. And there's 8 modders doxing these people and threatening them, and I took my time to spam them with all these entities and all this stuff in order to crash their game. And then, to money drop the people that were getting griefed. And then it was nice because, you know, I was appreciated for it and stuff. But then just to figure out that Luna's taken down the next day because of the bad side, and how
That's really an issue because people are helping the community. We're making most modders, at least most that I've played with, are not going out of their way to just ruin people's day. It's mainly just people who just want to have fun with the game, and that's kind of the thing. You see, you're taking away some people's experiences for pretty much money. I'd say I think the biggest reason is money. They're losing money from short card purchases by mod menus just existing.
And now I do want to say this is that whatever happened to Luna is because they found the owner of Luna, the script creator of Luna, and this is how mod menus get taken down, okay? So they found him, they sent him this, blah blah. It's gone, okay? It's not coming back. Now, on the fact of recharging, please do not do this, okay? People make livings off of selling these mod menus, and like I said, people have lost $10,000 due to this, and that's over 10,000 in total. By you refunding this game, if you get away with it, one, you're going to be blacklisted and you will not be able to buy from these sellers again. Whether it's Impulse, Kitty, or some other mod, you won't be able to buy from it again. Two, you're making these people lose money by refunding. I don't care you lost $30, okay? It's $30. You could go pick up trash at your local park and earn that back in 2 days, okay? So don't be that stupid 8-year-old that refunds it because he wants his $30 back, okay? Don't be that type of person. Like, I get it.
Where I take issue with this is the fact that they are screwing people over like heavily, because there are people who make livings off of this. Like, you're just completely just annihilating someone's source of income, which is really screwed up. So like, it's money.
Yo, Retro, I'm gonna have you take the lead for a second. I gotta take a phone call. Alright, continue.
Alright. So, it's mainly the fact that they're kind of just stealing people's source of income. They are ruining the good side of the community. It's just a lot of things that they're ruining the experiment. I can't words right now.
Yeah.
They're ruining the experience. They are taking people's source of income, and yeah, that's the main two issues with it. Is that they're ruining people's. I'm repeating myself, but it's really stupid that they feel that it's so important. This game is like one of the top selling games in the world, probably like second to like.
And I think it is, I'm pretty sure it's also the most liked open world game there is, like, that's modernized. That I'm not counting Rust for that. I do have to say, in my opinion, Rust does take the lead, but Rust is not what we're talking about today. We're talking about GTA. So the fact that it's the most selling game in the world and then it sells for $50 to $30, I'm pretty sure, is boggling me, because if you sell a game for so much and you need more money, what are you gonna do with that money? You said you're gonna make GTA 6 like 8 years ago and it hasn't came out, so you definitely aren't gonna make that.
Be right back.
And if you're making what, you know what? Hold on, I'm curious now. How much money has GTA made in the past year? So off of sales and like just in-game, like buying shark cards and stuff. That's where I'm curious, because if they're making millions of dollars off of sales, you don't need $1 million to remaster Grand Theft Auto if you already have so much more money, because we know that people are constantly buying shark cards, and how I'm just at a loss for words currently, mainly because how they've cracked down on this. I'm just gonna give you these cells, and then we're gonna hop over to Black Ops 2 because GTA 5, I think we're coming to an end with. So if you guys do want other mod menus, go with Impulse or iGrobs, I think it's one. I'm not sure. But don't refund because it's just not worth it at all, and you're wasting your time by doing it, and you're just when you're wasting your time because you aren't going to be able to buy mod menus again because these people will blacklist you and find your information. And I don't know how much I'm allowed to say this, but like, and what my limits are on talking about this, but you know, they're gonna find IP addresses and email addresses, and then, you know, you don't want that out there in a group of people that are selling illegal things because mod menus are illegal. It is against game terms and they are illegal. So
okay, I'm back. I've got an idea. Jesus. Alright, I can't think right now.
alright, and also here's our sales. This is how much Rockstar's made from. This was June 18th, 2020. Okay, $6 billion. You do not need $6 billion to remaster GTA 6. Okay. 5. You don't even need it to make GTA 6, in fact, or remaster. So why crack down on mod menus now? Honestly, the average civilian that becomes rich off of a business, I don't even think they've touched 6 billion. And that's over 110 million copies. That's how much they sold and are selling. So think of what it is now. That was June. Think of as now on January 2021. What do you think they are now? Like, give me an estimate, Retro. It's probably somewhere very high, and very expensive. Alright, so we're gonna transition now, over to Black Ops 2, after a short word from our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I had to throw it in there.
you're not sponsored by Shadow Legends.
I never accepted either.
Well, we have permission. Anyway.
Black Ops 2.
So, biggest issues with this. Oh wait, let's wrap this up real quick.
Alright.
Biggest issue. They're taking money from people who make a business off of reselling keys for Luna. They are ruining the experience of some players for profit because I'd say one of the main reasons is like I've been saying, shark cards. It makes them a lot of money. And probably most of the money, I'm gonna be honest, most of the money they've made from GTA is, I'm gonna bet most of that is on shark cards, to be real with you. Because there are some people who just get on, play the game casually, and then they get griefed by some loser in War 2.
And then they're like, alright, I'm gonna go buy a shark card.
Yeah. They don't want to wait the time for yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for getting griefed and then
Time to
losing.
go buy a shark card. With mod menus, you don't have that issue. You can either invest, give yourself money, and you're not really harming the experience of other players when you give yourself money. You're kind of just harming Rockstar. But the thing is, the issue I take with that is the fact that they made $6 billion from this game. You don't, some random little Timmy giving himself money from a casino in his basement. That should not be the biggest of your issues. The biggest of your issues should be the fact that it's been 8 years and you haven't released anything about GTA 6. That should be your biggest issue. The fact that your fans have been waiting on this title to drop for God knows how
It
long,
was
and you
originally
haven't said
talked about.
anything.
And also, GTA 6 was originally talked about in 2018, I'm pretty sure. And what, it has been it's been 3 years now that they have not released it yet. And instead, it's gone under the radar and nobody has even talked about it since, I think, 2018. There's rumors about it, but is it the talk like it was in 2018? Oh, GTA 6 is coming out soon. It's gonna be released. It's gonna be the biggest seller. It's gonna be the best game ever. I remember like everybody was talking about that in school, and then it just did not come out, and like nobody has even like talked about it like since 2018 and 19 actually. So it shows how it was the talk for like
really just
a
shows
year.
what priorities Rockstar has in mind. The fact that they're willing to go after people's sources of income, players, and genuinely, it's players fun with the game. They're willing to go after that first instead of fixating on issues that they have either with the game, with future games. It's money. That's it. It's money.
Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna have you wrap this up and then let you start the Black Ops 2 conversation. I gotta go run and grab something quickly.
Alright, so Black Ops 2, a few months back, it got completely, the modding community really just ate a brick with the replay mods being completely gone. Because from what I know, I wasn't too big into BO2 modding. I had my fun with it, but that's about it. So a few months back in like 2020, mid-2020, I want to say July, is when theater mods gone. All of that is completely wiped. Now, what makes the least sense about it is the fact that in 2020, I'd say I think the new game or the current game for Treyarch was Black Ops 4. Yeah, the picture was Black Ops 4. That was the main game. I don't really keep it with Call of Duty that much anymore. But newest game was like Black Ops 4, and instead of going and just
Wait, so where are you at right now?
I'm talking about Black Ops 2.
Okay.
And instead of going to support Black Ops 4, they decide to just take down theater mods in BO2, a God knows how many years old game now.
I'm pretty
It just
sure.
doesn't add up.
You know what? So BO2, also, BO2 has been the mod center for like, I think it was like 3 years. It was just infested, and they didn't give a damn about it. And then, magically they care for it.
BO2 is a years old game. You should be supporting your current title instead of going after this thing you don't even touch anymore.
In fact, Black Ops 2 is 9 years old. And
The
Black
three
Ops
is old
3
too.
is 6 years old. So, they're seriously, oh my god, they're seriously wasting time on frickin', making theater mods not work. Like, go release Black Ops 83 for some reason. Put us like 8 million years in the future when we have frickin' Cyberpunk 77, Like, come on. So I just feel like it's the most stupid thing in the world. I just had to go throw something because, who gets rid of Black Ops 2? Alright, so I'm gonna talk about the experience in Black Ops 2. That was the most toxic game I've ever seen. If you think, God, what is another game you could compare it to? Because besides Rust, I don't really know another game. Like, when I was modding, I hop in a lobby, I'm getting harassed by 80-year-old men in their basement. But I'm just trying to mess around and have fun. I don't know why you're playing this game when you know it's infested with cheaters. So, I hop in a game with Retro, we got God, Jiggy was around back then. I don't even know if that's still around anymore. That was the #1 mod menu you could get. Like, you know, you see people with the other mod menus that are like janky and like just absolutely scuffed, that also kind of suck. We had top of the line mod menus. We had Batman V2, we had Jiggy, we had like the good mod menus. You know, we had the Master Prestige, like all of that stuff, unlock all camos, all of that. Like we had all the good stuff, like literally the best theater mods you could get. And you know, yeah, they cause problems. Sometimes they crash your game, and this is on console. It was not impossible to cheat on console. It was definitely possible. So
I say it was more prominent on console, to be real.
Yeah, in fact, I do feel that way too. And God, we kicked and freaking crashed so many hackers in our lobbies too. Like, we wanted to be the only modders in the lobby, and like we just messed around, like pull out a ballista or the DSR, I'm pretty sure, and just absolutely screw with people. Like, it was enjoyable. Now, say it's not enjoyable for them, but they should have not played Black Ops 2 because they known it was cheater infested. I will still play Black Ops 2. I love that game. In fact, they have the best zombies, in my opinion, ever. Not counting Black Ops 3, they did have good Easter eggs, and I did like their one city map. God, I forgot it. They had some good maps.
Shadows of Evil, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. We put some hours into that. I completed the Easter egg on it. I enjoyed Black Ops 3 Zombies, but not as much as I did for Black Ops 2. Because we did cheat in Zombies also, you know, messing around with that stuff. Give yourself $8 million and put yourself on round 100. I mean, let's be for real. Everybody wants to see what round 100 looks like. I mean, if you never wanted to see that, you're kind of insane. But it's just, why crack down on a game that's been cheated on for 3 years? What's the point in that? That's
the thing. Like, some of these things, it's just really pointless. Same thing goes for Luna. It's kind of pointless, and when you're not taking the money into account for GTA, it doesn't really make that much sense. Like, the cheats, sure, kind of, but like, I'd say it's really for the short cards. For Black Ops 2, it doesn't really make sense. Years old game, been cheating on forever. Why do you all of a sudden care?
It's only had 6 years prime life. Literally, Black Ops 2 had a good 6 prime years, and it's 9 years old. So
Black Ops 2 is the fact that as soon as a new Call of Duty releases, the old one's community just vanishes, just gone. So,
exactly.
Multiple game releases later, why go back to this ages-old game? Why?
In fact, Black Ops 2 was my second or first shooter game I played, and I was on that so often. Like, I was leveling up, I was trying to unlock, you know, I was out for Diamond at that point in time. And, you know, I was playing, and Black Ops 3 comes out. The god of microtransactions. You could buy anything you wanted in that game. Jeez, you could buy God mode if you wanted. And Black Ops 2 died. It sucked for me, being that I played it all the time, and now I'm playing with empty lobbies of 6 players max, 3v3s, and freaking 2 of the guys leave, and it's just a 3v1. You know, like, where's the fun in that? Where's your 20-player lobbies that are open and stuff? And it's just one of those things. It's like, I watched that game crumble and then become modder infested. I just joined the modder community. It was the only thing that made that game enjoyable. you know, messing around in 1v1s with like retro, like cheater on cheater, messing with friends, just trolling them, you know. Like sometimes I'd wall bank them on Nuketown and just say, yeah, that's totally legit and luck. And then it dies. Like it literally died. After the summer of 2000 and I think it was 2017, just entering middle school, it died. It was just gone. Like that game, I remember logging on first quarter of middle school, and I got a lobby of 2 people after waiting 10 minutes. Not to say that it took them another...
You're killing the community, the last bit of community this small old game had. Why? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then not to notice the fact that it took them another 2 years after the game had barely had probably 200,000 players on it. I wouldn't even... That game probably had 20,000 players on it at the time, and most of them were modders. And then it just got rid of the mods. That killed that game. I don't know if it's jumped back up in popularity.
No, they're back up, but the mods are back up at least, but the game, no, that's not coming back.
Yeah, they just wasted their time taking out theater mods. So,
Even if the purpose of getting rid of the mods was to make the game better, that already it already makes no sense, because I don't know if most people know, but there's a mod for not only a mod, but there's a thing called BO2 Plutonium where you can play the game without cheats. So there's already a way for people to experience this game without cheats. So you're kind of just killing the last of the community the game really had on consoles.
and that was the last of the OG community too, for the fact. And not to mention that,
At the time, the only way to enjoy the game was through cheats.
and also most of the modders were OGs themselves. They've been playing since the day the game came out, most likely, and they've been playing since Black Ops 1 was around, probably. And you know, they see their game dying, they gotta find a new way to enjoy it, so they're like, alright, well, if mods is the only way to go to have fun.
The player base was pretty much dead. Like, there's only, what, 1,000 to a couple hundred online at a time on BO2 nowadays?
I honestly wouldn't even say 100. I think the 50 would be reasonable.
No, not 50. No, I can say that's extremely low. But...
Because I know that they were lying about their players in their game. Sometimes I'd log in, and I would see like 200,000 players online. I'm like, oh damn, 2,000 in California, 200,000 California. I'm gonna find hella lobbies, bro. And I'd log in, I'd wait there for 30 minutes and get a lobby of 6 people. 200,000 is where I started looking around and noticing it's only 200,000 in Team Deathmatch, and Free For All only had like 162, and all the other game modes were absolute 0. So at this point, I was like, all right, the numbers are being faked here, or I just have the worst luck ever at getting in lobbies. And I just went with worst luck ever in getting in lobbies. It was just like, but now that I look back on it, I do think that numbers were being faked to keep people in the game. Like, you know, if you check on a game, you know, like, let's be for real, you know the game's dead, but say you log in one day and you're just about to hop off, and you just check to see if there's lobbies, and you see 200,000 players that are, and it says online playing, what would you do? Would you play, or would you log off?
Play.
Yeah, so I feel like they're faking numbers to keep people on their game, but it didn't really work, so. Alright, so I don't have any other topics. Black Ops 2 kind of went by pretty fast, and we just talked about GTA for about like 25-30 minutes.
I feel like we could, let me stop recording.
We all got internet personas we hide behind.